Alright, what's up, guys? So, a channel by the name Only Jax has uploaded a video titled Apology Cop Just a Robot. Now, if he's overall thinking that Just a Robot might, or no, actually, you know what? That's what it might be. It might be him reviewing his Just a Robot's apology video, but yeah, it's something that I had said times before when he came out with his response video was that it ain't gonna be a proper apology. I called it before he even uploaded the video. I was like, if anything's, he's gonna say, "Oh, I'm sorry," but and then follow it up with some crap that he done got made up in his head. But yeah, overall though, but if he is expecting Just a Robot to apologize, like by uploading this video, I could tell you right now, Just a Robot's not the type of person to apologize. He's not going to apologize unless I don't know, like he has a change of heart, for things. But other than that, yeah, he's not the apologizing type. He even said in the video that he made about me and the crap that he put me through, he wasn't gonna apologize for it. And I can tell you guys right now, like, yeah, if there's anybody that has fallen victim to Just a Robot and his fan base, it is 100% me. I might not be number one on that list, but I'm 100% in the top five. So yeah, it's something where if he ain't gonna apologize, if he didn't even properly apologize for something that actually did get him canceled, then yeah, he ain't gonna apologize to me about stuff or anybody else that and him put them through stuff. So but anyways, now let's go ahead, check out this video. Make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Only Jax for more videos like this. And with that being said,
Hello, I'm Only Jax. I've been gone for however long, and well, now I'm a PNG tuber. A few months ago, a YouTuber by the name of Just a Robot was accused of defending a groomer, and well, I'm here to make the case that at no point did he defend a groomer, and that he is actually the greatest person to ever live. We should all actually be living through his example. I'm just kidding. Let's do an apology cop.
yeah, it's just I don't think a lot of people will ever understand that, because it was like there wasn't even no reason to do that video. I'm saying there's so many different, because I guess like, I don't know, just from what I heard, I think he wanted to be buddy with this YouTuber so they can do videos together and he can, I guess, have a relevant career again. But yeah, overall, it's like, fam, if your career wasn't relevant back then, why would it all of a sudden be relevant now? Because you got somebody on your side that got a lot of subscribers. It don't. The crazy thing is that a YouTuber could shout you out if the fans ain't interested in the content. That's just something that I've paid attention to as a content creator. That yeah, you can work side by side, and then if it ain't like, consistently, if you ain't working side by side with this content creator, because eventually I feel like, yeah, Just a Robot would have, let's just say this situation was Cinnabear didn't go down for the crap that she went down for, and they did work together. I guarantee and I promise you, their friendship would have ended just like all the rest of Just a Robot's friendships that he had with content creators. He does maybe like 2-3 videos with them, then just out of nowhere he says something stupid, or maybe they say something that he don't like, and then he's all like, "Oh, I don't want to be cool with you no more." So that's how that would have went. But anyway.
All right, let's do this. Just a Robot, you have the right to remain silent, and you have chosen not to exercise it. And in doing so, anything you've said can and will likely be used against you by me. If you decide that you disagree with my assessment of any of your statements, it is your right to argue with me about it in the comment section of this video at any time. Back in October of 2024, Just a Robot posted a now infamous video called the Cinnabear03 Rabbit Hole, wherein he claims that art YouTuber Cinnabear03 is not, in fact, a groomer. Wait, hold on. I feel like we're missing some context. Okay, so back in September of 2024, a Google Doc was released showing evidence of art YouTuber Cinnabear03 grooming a minor and/or minors, both in a Discord server as well as Discord.
From what I heard, it was multiple, but I think it was. I think it might have been the last one that's what ended up causing it to all get leaked out. And overall, the start of her whole cancellation. So, but from what I've heard, I heard it was multiple. I haven't seen the documents myself. I probably will at some point in time, just take a look through it and review the documents myself. But yeah, it's something where I'm like, I don't think I will ever understand that. I'm like, you very well could have avoided that whole situation, but instead you decided to defend the girl. I don't get it. But anyways, back to the video.
DMs. The original document is over 100 pages long, and this video isn't about Cinny, so if you want to take a look at it for yourself, link is in the description. Anyway, so after this doc was released, Cinny Bear went and made a video where they admitted to the grooming, as well as admitted to that, like, this isn't the first time they've done this. They've done this before. They're a repeat offender. Later, Cinny deleted the video, but the commentary community did what it does and started chiming in on the situation and dunking on Cinny. Just a Robot, the subject of this video, was also working on a video dunking on Cinny until, well, his perspective changed. At some point, Just a Robot decided to be Cinny Bear's hero and release his video called The Cinny Bear 03 Rabbit Hole, wherein he claims that Cinny Bear 03 is not, in fact, a groomer. Basically, in his video, he makes the claim that Cinny is just a lewd artist and that despite her actions being horrible, inappropriate, and an optics nightmare, Cinny is not a groomer. Much of his evidence for this is that, well, in his words, Cinny was not trying to get with any of these minors that she was interacting with. Trying to get with minors or not, sending not safe for work images to children both in a public Discord server as well as their DMs when you know the person receiving them is a minor is grooming.
Yeah.
Sorry, not gonna argue with you on this. So, Just a Robot.
And his argument was, I think he did say that in the video where he was all like, even he's not good at remembering a person's age. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not good at remembering people's ages too. I'm like, yeah, there's at times I'm like, dang, they did just have a birthday, but I'm like, I don't know how old they turning. But the thing is this. That's something that you're not going to forget if a person is under the age of 18 or over the age of 18. So, yeah, it's something where it's like if you knew that this person was under the age, you just didn't know exactly what age. I think that's what they're trying to use as an excuse. That's not an excuse. They're still underage. You need to understand they're like, oh, when I talked to them for the first time, they told me they were 14, but I forgot. I'm like, fam, it's been 2 months. What are you talking about? Like, yeah, it's something where I I don't get that, but I guess, and Just a Robot, for his excuses and sake, it's like, oh, well, my autism, my dyslexia, I thought it said 14, I thought it said 41. I'm like, yeah, bro, no, you just a weirdo. But anyways,
or Jar, which we'll be calling him for the rest of this video, began receiving backlash from pretty much everybody. There's too much to recap here, but there's evidence that Jar was the one to suggest that Cinny take down her original confession video where she confesses to grooming not one but more than one minor, as well as there's evidence to suggest that he knowingly did not peer through all the available evidence that showed Cinny was very clearly a groomer and that she knew exactly what
from what I've seen, I think it was said on Chud Logic's stream where he was like I think he just I think it was there he said he only read like 1 or 2 pages of the documents, or it wasn't all of them, but I think it was either like a couple or a few pages. But anyway,
what she was doing. Months later, in January 2025, Jar posts this video, response with receipts, where he apologizes for the Cinny situation and his defense of her, and then also addresses a bunch of other stuff that frankly doesn't really matter. Anyway, so with that background, it's time to get into the apology. I'm gonna be charitable to Jar and only grade his apology based off of the 14 minutes that actually has the apology in it. The video is around 48 minutes long, and I really don't want to go through 48 minutes of, well, I guess it's only 34 minutes, but we're not going through 34 minutes where he debunks a fart fetish. Anyway, so strap in, draw your furry art or whatever it is that you freaks do while you're watching me, and enjoy the ride.
Hey everyone, it's been a while. In fact, it's been a couple of months. These last few months have been very chaotic to say the least, and I know a lot of you have many questions. You're curious about my side of the story.
That's the thing though with content creators is that, and just more so, that's something that I paid attention to with Just the Robot's behavior, that it's a universal thing with content creators. Like, you see where content creators, they do like all these toxic things throughout their career, never apologize for it, never say anything about it, troll people over it and stuff. And yeah, you even have it where it's like they get like a crazy cancellation and they still like run with it and stuff. I guess they like that negative attention. But anyways, no, that is something that I see with creators where when they do get like a really bad cancellation to where it's like you have literally the internet coming after you. Notice like in any other videos where he got called out for stuff and he did a response video to it, never didn't care any of that stuff. But when it was with this situation, then just listen to his voice now compared to if he were to do a response video to something, like, or even when he did videos on me and response videos on me and I called him out for his behavior, it's like he didn't care. But now with this situation that he's being canceled for it, it's like that. Yeah, that, like I said, it's just something that I see a lot with content creators. You hear that depression in their voice. They're all like, oh, I'm didn't know what I was doing, and they'd come up with all these different excuses. But anyways,
don't worry, I brought receipts. I know most people won't care for what I have to say. The tea has gone cold and they've moved on to talking about people like Mudahar and Nuxtaku. But at least you're here watching this unmonetized video of mine, so you don't have to even worry about giving me money by viewing this video. Or maybe you're just viewing this through someone else's live stream who's looking to farm a few more clicks off of me.
I would just like to add that I'm not exactly sure where the stigma for monetizing apology or response videos came from, but collectively, as a YouTube audience, we need to stop. Like, for real, who cares? I understand that we, as an audience, may not exactly be stoked when a creator profits off of something horrible that they did and then continues to profit off of it during their response or apology, but it's just silly. Because now, one of the standards of a good apology is that it isn't monetized. And while this seems like a good thing at first, when you really think about it, it's just an easy way for whoever to score some humility points with the audience, some brownie points if you will. Monetize it or don't, I don't care. But if you're gonna go out of your way to mention that it's not monetized, you'll lose any sort of goodwill or sincerity with me that you otherwise might have had. A lot of these guys make videos for a living, and if I mess something up while I'm on the clock at my 9 to 5 and then I get called into my manager's office to explain and apologize for what I did, I'm still on the clock. And I'm being paid the entire time. Not sure why we would treat these things any differently. Mentioning the fact that your video is not monetized is just a cheap, or expensive, depending on how you look at it, way to get some easy sympathy.
yeah, because it's like his other videos is monetized, so it's all like, okay, well, the thing is this. Well, he don't get that many. Like, you check his Social Blade, yeah, he's not getting that many views. So, I don't know, maybe, yeah, it's something. But like I said, his other videos is getting monetized, so it's I don't know, like I don't know what his situation is when it comes down to, I guess, like how that works with his videos. Like, he has to have like a job on the side, because I'm like, yeah, with where you're currently at with content creating, there ain't no way possible you surviving off of it right now. And that's the crazy thing about it. It's like he has less videos than me, but I could just say for myself, I'm like, fam, like, it's good, but it's something where I'm like, yeah, I would need to be in a much more, better state to be all like, I ain't got nothing to worry about. But I'm talking content creating, but yeah, it's something where it's like, I never understood that either. And people, they mention things like that. Like, oh, I'm not monetizing this video, and if it's something talking like serious, I mean, it's like at the end of the day, it's your choice. It's like I know his fans would call me out for stuff like that, like, oh, you monetize this video, and I'm like, okay. And talking on Just the Robots fans, not Jax, but yeah, Just the Robot fans, I'm saying, like, the funny thing is, call you out literally for everything, bro. Just the Robot, it's like you either had it where some had jumped ship and then they went out and apologized to the people that they wronged, or they're just they've gone like, incognito and stuff, and then yeah, you ain't hearing nothing from them and things. But anyways,
while trying to force a sense of sincerity. It's a standard that the audience set, but it's at present outdated and serves no real purpose for the audience anymore.
I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I fucked up. I really dropped the ball on this situation. I can't even say that I was manipulated or enabled to get involved with the cine drama, because both my roommate and my girlfriend and even my neighbor told me that what I was doing was stupid and reckless. Even I knew that defending someone from the Art CC with allegations this serious would more than likely go bad for me.
He's gonna be adding a lot of text and whatnot throughout the video, and that's fine, I guess, but it comes off as low effort in that the requisite time wasn't given to this video. If it's important enough to need to add in as a text wall, then it's important enough to go back and re-record. Also, he's gonna use his dyslexia as an excuse and shield from criticism a lot throughout this video, but notice this last sentence. Also, yes, I will be adding text throughout this video, so people are less likely to misunderstanding me. Like, my layman's knowledge of dyslexia could maybe explain away the misspelling, but I'm not sure what went wrong here with the syntax. Who is Misunderstanding? I knew her as Mrs. Understanding. Did Mr. and Mrs. Understanding get a divorce? Oh, he meant misunderstand. Gotcha. It's a little mean, I know, but you get the point. If it's worth a text while in post, it's worth a re-recording. Jar took 4 months to release this video. 12 hours, more like 1 hour, half an hour of watching.
And that's the thing about it, where he's even have used that with me, the whole dyslexia crap. So the thing is this, because I imagine, like, so if you say that you have a girlfriend, you have a roommate, and I imagine that they're willing to help you out when it comes down to your content creating career. I mean, you then had it where other people then helped you out. So I look at it like this, where it's like, if you had, it wasn't like you was in a bad state prior before you did that Sit Bear video. So you could have had somebody read the documents for you, and then they just kind of report back and let you know, like, okay, these were the key things I guess you could talk about in the video or something, or have it somebody writes out, because I'm pretty from what I know, a lot of people then helped out Just a Robot throughout his career. I think maybe early on in his career he was doing videos on his own, but as the time went on, he was just having other people pretty much like work on videos for him and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you know, do what you got to do. But my thing is this, it's like, you have the opportunities to do videos better, but you don't. So like, that's why I remember the time when it was like, when I very first heard about his whole dyslexia thing, I just was all like, hey, all you just gotta do is apologize to me, and I'm perfectly fine with that. You very well could have had the guy that he sent out to he even was sending out people to get in contact with me, because it's like, I don't know, like, he's just, I don't know, it's like that king mentality where he's like, peasant, go out and do this. But anyways, but yeah, overall, that's when it was brought to my attention. There's like, oh yeah, he's dyslexic, and I'm like, but he didn't mind making all these other videos about me, and then videos attacking other people. But I'm supposed to just, you know, sit down and have a conversation with him and talk about what? Why can we not talk about it publicly, you know, or in on social media and things? Now, so I'm like, yeah, I'm not, no. I'm like, he never had an issue talking about me or talking to me when it came down to comments or anything else. And I don't know, like, I feel like when I remember in his comments back then, he didn't seem like maybe I don't know, dyslexia just, you know, knocked on the door and say, hey, I'm here now, during our time where we were going at it. But I even remember when me and him would go through and like go back and forth in comment in my comment sections, because I never did comment on any of his videos. But no, yeah, it was like, I didn't notice nothing, like if he had dyslexia or if his wording was off. But yeah, it's just something where I'm like, I think he knew that he was going to be getting canceled for some stuff, so that's why he's like, oh, well, let me use something, I guess, that's, you know, commonly known with writing and, you know, I guess, like, the videos that he does. And it's like, oh, autism and dyslexia. Cool, I could use this in my videos.
The final edit for mistakes or mistakes could have avoided this. It's just another one of those things that shines a light on this being a pretty low effort apology/response, dressed up as a thoughtful one.
I, along with everybody who was close to me, expected me to get some backlash, but not this much backlash. They're not even telling me they told me so, because they didn't even expect it to get this bad.
Tell me that you and everyone in your circle doesn't have a clear understanding of how defending a groomer is unforgivable and one of the worst things you can do, both online and in general, without telling me that you and everyone in your circle doesn't have a clear understanding of how defending a groomer is unforgivable and is one of the worst things you can do, both online and in general.
But before I get
that's just something where it's like, and I guess to use myself, and I've mentioned this before, but to use myself as an example, I was a big fan of EDP 445, and had like videos up on my channel where I was reacting to his content. What else? It's something where I was all like, I could call myself an EDP fan. Like, anytime when I see his videos on social media, I would sit down and watch them. Once when his situation had came out, there was one video where it had like 100,000 views, I believe. And, took that video down. I was all like, and it was something that I was questioning, because I'm like, dang, I'm like, man, I know I'm gonna, like, make money off of these videos, but I start thinking, I'm like, I can't be known for that. I can't be known or have it where people are like commenting on my videos, like, oh, like, you still support EDP, because I don't. And I'm like, but that's the thing where I'm like, okay, so I have to take these videos down, because I ain't trying to have it where, it'd be some videos coming out of me where it's like, oh, TMossBoss supports EDP. So that's why I was all like, I gotta go back to my original mindset when it came down to content creating, where it's like, it's not about the money at times, it's about overall being a good person. And, I know I'm far from that, but I try to be, but, yeah, overall, I was like, had to take them videos down, and it's like, yes. But the thing is this, though, it's like, I look at it like this, where it's like, I know I'm going to make up for it, and I did. So that's why I'm all like, yeah, I'm not tripping about it. And it's like, it's something where I'm like, yeah, he messed up. And I'm like, I guess I'm like, I'm not going to live with his mess ups, talking on EDP. So that's why I'm like, nah. Can't have them videos up, can't, support him no more. He's just one of those content creators where it's like his name gets mentioned, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. And that's as far as the conversation's gonna go. But anyways.
Into what's going on and all the allegations against me, I would like to apologize to a few people. I would like to apologize to my girlfriend, my roommate, and my neighbor for not listening to them. You guys know me best, and you were looking out for my best.
What about, and that's the thing, where it's all like, what about the victims of Cinnabear? It's like, I think, I don't, because it's been a while since I've sat down and watched this video, but from what I remember, he didn't apologize to those victims. It seemed like he more so cared about apologizing to those he didn't listen to, when it's like, fam, you don't even have to apologize to them. It's like, apologize to those that are actually affected by the situation. You're apologizing to the people. I guarantee and I promise you, let's say like 10, 20 years down the road, your roommate done moved out, your girlfriend done got married and then found somebody a lot better. Do you honestly think they're gonna be sitting down thinking, oh, well, at least just a robot apologized to me? Like, fam, come on now. It's something where it's like, apologize to the people that have, like, been through the crap that Cinnabear's victims have been through. That's what people wanted, but anyways.
Interest. I should have listened to you guys, and now I'm facing the consequences for my actions. I would like to apologize to my editor Lorenzo for any backlash he might have faced from editing my video. Even you were worried about things going wrong after I released the video, and I'm sorry for making you edit it in the first place. I hope the extra money I gave you can make up for my mistake.
I was just going to skip this part of the video entirely, but here we have a second bit of information, unneeded, geared towards gaining sympathy. The apologies here are better said in private, no? I mean, if the goal is to just get right with the people you're apologizing to, the fuck does that got to do with us, the audience? The only reason to put the apology to the editor in, along with bringing up how Jar paid the editor extra money due to the controversial nature of this video, is more to show the audience how generous and good-natured Jar is, rather than any sort of heartfelt apology to the editor. I'm not saying that Jar's plan was to bring all this stuff up because surely the audience will like this. I don't think he's smart enough to have figured that out. But what I am saying is that that's what's happening here. Maybe unbeknownst to Jar. Dang, we're not even 2 minutes in yet.
I would like to apologize to Eno for how my video affected her. You were so young, and no one should go through that at your age. Along with anyone who might have been made uncomfortable by things I've said in my video. And I'm also sorry to my fans.
Was that the person that was Cinnabear's victims? If so, it's like, I mean, okay, then I guess he did, but yeah, it's something where it's like, that should have been the first person you should have apologized to. Not, oh, let me apologize. Like, I guess, like, who's within a 15-mile radius of me. It's like, fam, it's not no Best Buy website. It's like, not looking to see if something's available in the store. It's like, apologize to those that were affected by all this stuff, It's like your roommate and everybody else, they're not going to care about no apology.
For disappointing them. What I did was incredibly stupid, and I understand if you unsubscribed from me.
So we could honestly end the video here, and if we did, you would probably get a higher score on just this portion rather than continuing for the next 46 minutes. But no, he just had to keep yapping. I'm gonna cut the next part out and skip straight to him addressing the Cinny situation.
The biggest problem with my video draft about Cinny by far is how soft I went on her. I regret that even more now due to the fact that new information has been released about Cinny. I don't like being lied to, especially by people who wanted my help, but I fell for what she told me, being the gullible fool that I am. I didn't believe that.
Did she? You know what? The thing is this. I don't think it was something where she went out of her way, like that she went out and contacted him. I think it had to have been just like how Just a Robot, how he does things. He knows that he's going to be making a video on somebody, or just more so from what I've noticed of him. But yeah, he knows he's going to make a video on somebody. He probably most likely have reached out to her. And then that's how they got in contact with each other and stuff. But yeah, it's something where it's like, it wouldn't surprise me too if that whole like simping stuff, like where he wanted to get with her and things, and that's why he was probably all trying to be all lighthearted and like trying to just be all cool with her and things. But yeah, it's something where I'm like, it still backfired. It's like, it doesn't matter how you put the situation, it still backfired in your face because there was no reason to even get involved with the girl in the first place. So,
Cindy is
anyways.
a pedo, and I still don't believe she's a pedo. I don't believe she had a desire to get with the minor or exchange nudes with the minor. I never said what Cindy did was okay. I said it was wildly inappropriate and an optics nightmare. Usually I would expect that if someone was grooming, that the groomer would intend to get with them. At least this was my thought process at the time, based off of all the other grooming cases I have seen.
All right, let's get something straight here. You do not have to be trying to do dirty bedroom stuff in real life for you to be a groomer or a PDF.
Yeah.
You don't even have to be trying to meet up with them to be a groomer or a PDF. The moment an adult knowingly does anything sexual, like sharing NSFW art, with a minor, you are both a groomer and a PDF. Now, that's not to say all PDFs are groomers. Some PDFs are in prison. Some even call themselves non-offending PDFs. And as much as their mere existence makes me sick in how bad I wish we could go all Minority Report on their asses, I would at least be willing to maybe consider that if they hadn't partaken in doing anything sexual with a minor, both in real life and online, that okay, maybe you're not a groomer. Definitely a PDF and you should be locked up, but sure, not a groomer. Maybe, probably. I still don't like the thought, but yuck. You cannot, however, be a groomer without being a PDF. That's what JAR fails to understand. The barrier for entry to being a PDF is super low these days, and I think that's a great thing. In the original drama, JAR said that sending lewd and NSFW artwork was just something Cindy did to everyone. Okay, sure, let's assume
He tried like justifying that himself too with like, I guess, because from what I heard, he has been fired from numerous jobs. Don't know how many jobs, but yeah, they from what I heard, it was a few possibly, but yeah, because he not along the lines like how Cinnabear was doing things, but he's known for saying inappropriate things, and he got called out for that stuff. And yeah, that was his excuse, like, oh well, I send it out to everybody that I talk to, and it's like, okay, it doesn't matter. You know, it's like not everybody that you talk to ain't gonna have the same sense of humor than the first person that you did that with, and they were cool with it. Yeah, they may be cool with it. That's where that energy needs to be there. But when you start like having that energy out for people that aren't like they're not even involved, then yeah, of course you're gonna get called out for that stuff. It's like you can't have, and I've said this before, where it's like there's friends of mine, friends and family, where if I have like a certain way of joking around or talking with them, it's gonna be different than the next person. I'm not gonna be like, as I guess you know, there's like I said, there was a friend of mine's, I've talked about this before, but there was a friend of mine's where me and them, they were also black. Let me just make sure I clear that up. They were also black, but me and them, we would call each other racist names, like racist black names and stuff. And that's just how we talk with one another. But when it came down to anybody else, I'm like, fam, and he wasn't the last black person I met. He wasn't the first black person I met. But my thing is this. I'm not going to have that same sense of humor unless they have that sense of humor with me, that I'm like, oh, okay, then yeah, cool. They just like my friend from back when I was in high school. All right, cool. Now we can, kind of break a barrier right here. That's how that's gonna go, and if it's something where I'm like, I guess like the other way around, where somebody says something to me and it makes me feel uncomfortable, and it's like, I imagine that they most likely told you that, hey, what you're saying or doing is making me uncomfortable. Just Robot is the type of person where it's like, he doesn't care. He's all like, oh, well, if you have a problem with it, let's debate about it. And it's like, bro, just have respect for people. That's it. That's all you got to do. But anyways,
assume that that's the case, as there is good evidence for it. So Cindy sends lewd and not safe for work artwork to everybody, including people she knows are minors. JAR says, see, she's even doing it with adults, so she's not a PDF. And I just want you to consider that that is the exact same argument as when someone says, I'm not racist, I hate every race equally. No, sorry, that doesn't mean you're not a racist, it just means that you're consistent about it. But you're definitely still a racist. Oh, I'm not a PDF, I interact sexually with people of all ages. Nope, sorry, that doesn't mean you're not a PDF. It just means that along with being a general degenerate, you're also a PDF. It's really disappointing for JAR to still be dying on this hill. It's a common trend, especially with YouTuber apologies. Admit a little and deny a lot. It's just so, it's always disgusting. Either really understand and atone for what you did, or don't bother apologizing. Either way, just be consistent.
I didn't believe she did what she did out of malicious intent or to hurt anyone. I really believe that she was just incredibly socially retarded.
Keep this in mind, as being restarted, autistic, dyslexic, anxious, and/or an insomniac is a valid shield from criticism, at least according to Jar.
Along with the fact that
It is funny how it's like, I know the times where he would criticize me on stuff. And so, like, okay, so for an example, the reaction videos, when he would criticize me on that and he had his mind made up on reaction videos, I pretty much just said, I'm like, okay, fans of mine like my videos, all right? So if you're not a fan, I really don't know what to tell you when it comes down to my videos. But I did say, I'm like, if you do not like my videos, then do not watch them. And that's the thing with him. It's like he wants to turn like common sense into an argument. And it's like, no, common sense in debates and arguments and all that stuff, they don't fall in line. Like, now, if I said something worth debating or arguing about, then okay, cool. Then let's just go from there. If I'm like, all right, let's argue about it. Let's argue about reaction videos. I never said that. I just said, if you do not like my videos, do not watch them. There's like, that's an invalid argument. It's not, it's like, yeah, it's the reason why it's an invalid argument, because it's not an argument in the first place. It is common sense. If you, and it's stuff that I've said before. If you don't like being in the middle of a fire, okay, step out of the fire. If you don't like iPhones, go over to Samsung Galaxies. If you don't like Samsung Galaxies, go over to iPhone. If you don't like Xbox, go to PlayStation. If you don't like PlayStation, go to Xbox. You have a God-given rights to not like something, but how did you... Okay, so my thing is this. How do you think that would have went down where if, like, let's say, yeah, Best Buy, they're selling PlayStations. I'm like, where the Xboxes at? And they're all like, oh, we don't sell Xboxes due to a contract or whatever. And I'm sitting in there arguing with them about it. It's like, fam, you either go to a different store and buy yourself an Xbox, or you buy a PlayStation, because that's all that you're gonna get here. You see the point that I'm trying to make? It's like, it's pointless for me to be off in that Best Buy, because my thing is this: if that was the case, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll just, go somewhere else. Probably would have bought a PlayStation. I'm like, well, there might be a sign. I'm like, might need a PlayStation right now, but anyways.
Really wanted to believe that she wasn't as guilty as everyone was painting her out to be, along with the fact that she was encouraged to draw suggestive artwork when she was 14. That's why I took pity on her, because I thought what she did was out of stupidity and not malice. I truly believed that I was onto something comparing this to the Pyro drama, because Pyro did learn of Ivory's age when they turned 16, not when they were 15, and he said, and I quote here, shouldn't have continued the furry stuff with him, along with the fact that Pyro got a 15-year-old who he knew was 15 to draw a thicker, lewder, sexier version of his avatar. I thought to myself, well, if people are okay with Pyro doing this, then why aren't they okay with Cinny's action? I think we all know that if the Pyro drama started with Pyro immediately uploading a video saying, guys, I admit to it, I groomed a minor, and I knew what I was doing was wrong, that drama would have gone completely differently. And I believe that Cinny was gaslit into doing that by her roommate who goes by it pronouns. When I saw Kumo coming to the same conclusions about Cinny that I came to, along with witnessing him beating a few people in debates about it, I thought he might have been onto something, so I decided that I should help her as well. I now realize that not all the chat logs were released between Ivory and Pyro in the same way they were for Cinny. Also, I believe Cinny released a full...
So it was this situation where she went out and asked him for help, because remember that he did like, oh yeah, I shouldn't have helped her, or shouldn't have accepted her, whatever the case was, what he originally said. But yeah, it's something where it's like, he that's the thing where it's like he just has like a way of like twisted up stuff to make it seem like, oh, they asked for my help, and it's like, no, bruh, she probably did not know. The thing is this. Maybe she didn't know who you were, but she didn't know who, like, I guess she never sat down, had no conversations with you, so she didn't, like, really know who you were. Yeah, she might have seen a video here and there, but if not, if that wasn't the case, it's like, yeah, most likely he was the one to reach out to her first, but anyways.
Logs herself, but I wasn't aware of that when I was working on my video. At least I don't think I was.
So this is verifiably false. Jar not only was aware of the chat logs being released before he published his video, and I don't mean before he published it, I mean before it was leaked. Check out this clip from Chud Logic's stream.
We can see all of Cinny Bear's logs. We can see every single message. Did you look at the messages between Cinny Bear and Eno in full?
Admittedly, no. I skimmed through a lot. I know that makes me the biggest a very big hypocrite because I was like, oh, people didn't look
Right.
through this carefully, and I saw some people like looking through it, but like it was just like I looked through the first stock pretty carefully, but the first stock just had so much nothing, just like, oh, her character is in a sexy pose. I'm like, okay.
So let me get this straight. You had access. You knew it was available.
Completely off topic, but this is something that he and his fans have always called me out on, and I've just been paying attention to how he was talking. Him and his fans will always call me out for saying the word like when I'm talking. So if I'm talking, I'll say something like, or if I'm just, I don't know, it's something where it's like my brain hasn't fully loaded up the sentence. So yeah, I might drop a like or a just like or whatever it thinks. Fam's doing the same exact thing at this. I'm like, man, I should have watched I haven't seen any of the Chud Logic streams. I've seen like clips of it and stuff. Like when people are doing videos and they're talking about just random things from Chud Logic stream where it involved just a robot. Yeah, I didn't know. It was something that I did not know. So it's just like a weird thing to see. That was the most fakest. It's just like that I've said. But nah, man, I just find that funny. He called me out on that crap for years, and he turns around and does the same exact stuff. He always does that. That's something that he always does. He'll call people out for things, turn around and does the same exact stuff. I remember he was calling me out for deleting comments. What did he do? Turned around, he started deleting comments. I guess according to some people in his recent videos, he's been deleting their comments and stuff. So yeah, there's probably comments. You know what? And if that is the case, this is something that I had told his fans during the time of me and his beef. Make a video. Whatever the thing is this. Whatever you have to say in his comment sections, because it might be a chance of him deleting it. Make a video talking about it. Shoot, if you guys need help on recording a video, you could use Audacity. It's a voice recording program. You could use that. You could use Wondershare Filmora. You can record, I think, a voice memo thing. I don't know how to download voice memos off of iPhones. But yeah, record a video, and then it could be like off of iMovie, and then just add some I guess if you wanted to like add something over it and things. But I mean, if you got like a full-blown gaming computer, yeah, Wondershare Filmora, record yourself doing whatever, have like the voice recording on afterwards. I'm saying, yeah, there make a video talking about it. TikTok, Instagram, whatever your preferred go-to platform is and things, Twitter, talk about it. So at least then you wouldn't have to worry about your comment being deleted. I don't know, like I just seen in the comments where people were saying he was deleting the comments, but I wouldn't know unless I'd seen the comments. So, but yeah, just in case, definitely, just go on your own platforms. It could just either be that one video, or if you want to kickstart your content creating career, let that be the first video of many videos. But anyways,
Because it was in the reply, City Bear had put the link to the full logs that was available to you. Before you made this video, hardcore defending Cinebear, you didn't even go over the full logs in any way.
I was going to. I was planning to do that. I just didn't expect Kumo to leak my video.
So, I mean, the best case is that he forgot that he knowingly just skimmed through all of the available evidence and didn't go through all of it
and
before.
he very well could have just said, like, hey, so Kumo plans on leaking out. That's something where I'm like, oh, maybe his dyslexia, he checked and he's all like, dang, it's on low battery, so I just got to hurry up and rush this video. My thing is this, though. It would have taken you a short amount of time to have it where, again, roommate or girlfriend, if your dyslexia is that bad, your roommate or girlfriend, you could just tell it like, hey, could you guys make this tweet out or a community post on my YouTube channel letting people know there is a Cinebear video that I recorded that's not fully it's not like fully put together and things, so I am going to work on a video. That's where you could have read the documents, that's where you could have properly put out a video. But I still feel like that regardless of the situation, it still would have been the same. It's like he still would have defended this girl, and it's like, and you had people around you telling you don't do this video. What did you do anyways? So that's on, like, yeah, bro, hard of like just hard-headed, hard of listening, hard of hearing, hard of speaking. Is something that it's weird. But anyways,
or committing to white knighting for a groomer. Worst case is that it's just a flat out lie. Again, for the sole purpose of excusing and downplaying his actions. I'll let you be the judge, but spoiler alert, I think he knows it's a lie.
On top of that, Cinny is a repeat offender to a very disturbing degree. It would be like Pyro getting accused of everything he did, with the Call Me Carson allegations on top of that, along with a bunch of other things.
Cinny being a repeat offender was documented in the original Google Doc exposing her. It was also made evident in Cinny's confession video.
I've been an irresponsible content creator, and I've been acting inappropriately towards my fans. But the most serious thing I've done is I've groomed a minor. I became friends with a 14-year-old after I made a mental note to myself to not become friends with minors again.
Okay, heavily insinuated that she was a repeat offender. Their video
It's like, you can be friends with, you know, minors and stuff. It's just don't have no weird conversations with them. Like, yeah, I know that there's, like, kids following me on my, content creating platforms and stuff. What else? Yeah, you know, it's like, yeah, it's just, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, all that. So, but the thing is this. I keep it a normal conversation. So yeah, if a kid comes to me, they're all like, hey, I'm having issues in school. That's the conversation that we gonna have. Oh, it's like, I want to get into content creating. What advice can you give me? That's the conversation we gonna have. But it's all like, hey, I got this, not suitable for work art that I want to send you. Can I send it to you? No. Under any circumstances. No. Why are you even sending me some stuff like that? For what reason? Why are you even into some stuff like that? It's like, kid, do better. Do better. It's like, get them grades up. Be worried about stuff like that. You know, it's like, even if the grades are achieve higher, try to get beyond an A+ and things, you know. But yeah, it's something where I'm like, nah, I don't get why you would think that needs to be a conversation. You know that this person's a minor. Even my thing is this, and let's just say like the conversation starts with them sending you that artwork, and it's like, you could very well just ask, how old are you? Like, that's it. That's all you could ask. And if they say, like, something under the age, then it's like, okay, end the conversation. Block, ban, whatever the case may be. You know? And if they're an adult, then it's like, if you want to have that conversation, you can. But it's like, you have to make sure of it, that they're an adult. So, and yeah, that's something where it's like, I know people try to come up with every excuse possible. Like, it ain't no excuses for that. There's no excuses for that whatsoever. It's called research. I'm like, and my thing is this. We didn't make it this far in the world doing like little to no research at all. I'm like, when you got cars, when you got buildings, when you got devices from all kinds, where people did research to figure out if this stuff is going to work properly. And I mean, it could be research from that, research on people, research on animals, research on whatever it is. We're not going to be all like, oh, let's just observe the animal's eyes, and therefore it's like, oh, we now know everything there is about this purple cow or something, or this you know, glow in the dark fish, or this, you know, flying monkey or something, like something from, yeah, Wizard of Oz. It's like, oh yeah, we just know. No, bro, you gonna do some research on it. But anyways,
just makes it seem like she's done this multiple times, with her saying inappropriate towards her fans, again, of all ages, and then her making a mental note to not become friends with minors again. It makes it heavily insinuates that she's done this before. See how I didn't put this in a text while I re-recorded it? Sure, I used a PNG tuber for it, but you know, still, I re-recorded it. So again, why bring this up as if it's new information to you? You knew she was a repeat offender. Her confession video told you she was a repeat offender. Heavily insinuated that she was a repeat offender. Her being gaslit into making the video or not, her video plus the evidence from the Google Doc proves the allegations. Even if you think that the confession was brought about by gaslighting, which it may well have been, that doesn't point to the confession being not accurate. I don't know, dude. It's just hard to believe Jar when he's on record saying that he knowingly didn't go through all of the evidence at the time, acknowledging the chat logs as well, and then to hear him say that he wasn't aware of them at the time, as well as not being aware of Cinny being a repeat offender, like, that categorically cannot be true.
My main understanding of morality is that hypocrisy is the most objectable sin.
The worst part about Cosby was he was a hypocrite, and I said, I don't think that was the worst part. I think the worst part was the raping.
I also understand that nothing can get you canceled harder than a child grooming allegation that a lot of people believe. I saw how people flip-flopped on the Pyro drama, so I thought they were about to do the same with this situation. The first draft of my Cinny video was originally made to bash her. That being said, I still went softer on her than most people did, and I was planning to add more to my video draft as the drama went on. I really should have focused on being more professional and objective with the sensitive information around Cinny. Instead, I took her at her word, and I gave her way more charitability than she deserved. As you can hear at the end of the full...
The funny thing is that I don't I'll have to see if there is a video, but I guess like there is something out there where I guess like yeah, Cinebear, she came out and said like she got creeped out by Just a Robot. I think she did an interview somewhere, and then I think they got the talking about him, and yeah, it was something where I think even she said, and it's like, because I just remember seeing people saying that where they was all like, do you know how bad it gotta be to where you creeped out somebody that's like that you were defending? Like, here it is, this girl, it's like you did this video trying to help her out, and yeah, you unfreaked her out. So yeah, it's something where it's like, you know, there's definitely, well, I think it did get leaked out when he was having like the old weird Discord conversation with her and stuff. But yeah, that's something where I'm like, you know, it honestly, like I say, because it trips me out where it's all like, you have a girlfriend, but you still wanted to have these like all weird late night conversations with Cinebear, and that's something, it honestly wouldn't surprise me if one of Just a Robot, if he does decide to come back to content creating, in one of his videos where he said, yeah, she broke up with me. I feel like that needs to be the question. It's like, are you still in a relationship with your girl? Because if so, it's like, man, that she's a trooper. She's somebody where I'm like, man, you know, it probably might be a situation where she's scared to break up with Just a Robot, because he don't come off as the type of person where he acts normal in a relationship. So
full call I had with Cine, I said that I would be making a new draft in defense of Cine before I talked to Jack. But yeah, I'm going to be changing my video a lot, and I'm also going to have to reach out to Jack because, you know, for all I know, you're...
Uh-oh! Have fun with that, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the video ready because knowing Jack, they're probably gonna panic and try to control the narrative. Like, I thought I was being fair by doing that because I only talked to Cine after I had a draft ready to upload on her, but now I can see that was an incredibly stupid move. I was planning for Saturday to be a day where I would @ Jack on Twitter, along with a day to look over a whole bunch of videos about Cine to make sure that my information was correct. Unfortunately, the last draft that I was still in the middle of adding stuff to...
Wait a minute, no, that's the crazy thing about it was that, and I just, because no, man, I don't know why I haven't mentioned this before. Every phone, all right, from what I know, every phone has a text or no, a speech to text feature where you can talk to it and be all like, hey, or will not say like, hey, I want to send this tweet out. But no, hold on for a second. Let me just test it out real quick on Twitter, because I'm like, you very well. I'm pretty sure. Okay, hold on. I am making a tweet right now. It says sweet, but regardless of the fact, but yeah, overall, or even, no, the thing is this, there's so many different ways he could have, like, I guess, not, because I think they have it where you can do, like, voice tweets or something, not like the text or speech to text, but like you can make like audio recordings and stuff. If not that, then yeah, I guess no. It's, well, I know you can do it on TikTok and then just make the video private and then just publish it on whatchamacallit, Twitter, I guess, if that's your preferred go-to platform. But to me, it's just there's so many different ways where Just a Robot could get a point across without doing something stupid in the process. But yeah, it's something where I'm like, you know, I don't get his thought process, man. It's like, it's just so many different things you can go about, or ways that you could go about life. But yeah, if you want to go about life in a way where it's gonna get you canceled, be my guest.
Was leaked by Kumo, and I panicked uploaded what I had. As you can see from this screenshot.
And I say that because it's like, okay, so he's saying that he panicked when he uploaded this video. And it's like, okay, you could just did, like I said, you could do a voice tweet, or you could have had somebody else make the tweet out for you, that you let them know. Or yeah, it's like have it where it's like if a friend of yours or somebody, they're like, hey, there's Just a Robot video that's coming out. It's not the final draft. Like, Just a Robot plans on uploading the final draft, and then you could just retweeted it or had somebody tweet it off of your account. What would be wrong with that? That's all, like, man, his thought process, it's the way of a child. But anyway,
which is of my Cine video. I uploaded it unlisted on October 10th, which was a Tuesday, and the actual Cine video was planned to go live on Sunday, but then Kumo leaked this version of the video, so I foolishly decided to upload this version because the other one still wasn't finished. I don't do YouTube full time. I have a job. I have Saturdays and Sundays off. That's why I was trying to do extra research on Saturday. He got it through a romantic goblin as I was in the middle of asking people to look over it to see if there was any mistakes I needed to correct. I asked people like Misanthropony, a Kumu, not to be confused with Kumo, and others if they could look over my video. I was even debating on whether I should have Chud look it over because he knew about the Cine situation.
He says all of this as if he were still deciding whether or not to post a video in which he defends a groomer. Yes, his video got leaked before it was finished, but he still went ahead and posted it. It's telling, and this is purely speculation, but it's telling that Jar doesn't post the creator's replies to his request to screen the video before he posts it. My guess is that they either never got back to him or they advised against posting it. Either way, what does this have to do with anything? A panic posting of a video defending a groomer is still posting a video defending a groomer. This doesn't soften the blow, and it doesn't add any needed context to what happened. Did you think everyone was gonna be like, oh, yes, I see it now. The video got leaked, and so you panic defended a groomer. No, dude, I see. I get it. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. The sad thing is that if Jar was really up in the air about his video, the option to let the leak happen and still figure out what to do with the leak and whether or not he wanted to post his video was totally there. Even if he was lying, he could have said something like, the video that got leaked was a draft video that I wasn't sure if I should post or not. Having been made aware of new evidence, I no longer stand by the video, and I'm glad that I didn't post it. I can't believe Kumo leaked the video, and it shows that there are snakes in the commentary community that aren't to be trusted. Like, that's literally all you would have had to have said. I don't understand the panic posting, especially if none of the information changed. Like you said earlier, everyone in your corner was telling you not to post the Cinebear video, and you did it anyway. And then it gets leaked, so instead of trying to figure out the leak and maybe even trying to see what people were saying about it, you rush to finish.
And that's the thing. He Just a Robot said he was like, he didn't know that the hate was gonna get so bad, and it's like, well, why did you not think about it though? Like, if you just sat down and thought about it, like, yeah, this is probably not gonna be a good idea and stuff. And then the fact that you had so many different signs, you had people telling you not to upload this video, then you're having to like go around and ask people about the video and stuff. It is like, yeah, you getting people leaking out the video and things. It's so it's something where it's like, you know, you brought that on yourself. You can't be mad at anybody besides yourself on this situation. So could have been avoided, but anyways.
An objectively terrible video out of panic. I don't know, dude. I mean, the first error was changing your tone on Cine. Your second was doubling down. And your third was dying on this hill of Cine not being a PDF here in this video.
My roommate was also on a business trip and coming home on Saturday. I was planning to look over both docs with him very carefully. I have the worst case of dyslexia in the world, so it's very hard for me to do that myself. Yeah, my dyslexia often leads me to focus more on what I can hear rather than what I can read.
Oh no, my dyslexia makes it so I can't read. My roommate wasn't back to help me go through the document. Then don't comment on dramas that require you to be able to read if you're not going to go through the effort of getting a screen reader. There are like 10 Chrome extensions that'll do that for you. Or maybe convert the font of the document to Open Dyslexic, like I have here for my teleprompter. I'm not dyslexic, but I definitely notice a difference when I use it, but that's beside the point. You being dyslexic doesn't excuse your poor research and delivery. In fact, if your dyslexia is causing you to make so many issues, it may be time to hang up your cape and call it a quits on YouTube. Your days of being a hero to the least deserving may be over.
Now I want to make this clear. When I have people look over certain...
I didn't know that they had stuff like that. I was thinking that, but I'm like, I don't know. That might be one of the like $1 million ideas I keep to myself. But no, I'm pretty sure though that they have like apps out there where it's like, if you are dyslexic, then it's like you just type in what you can, and then like the app, I know that actually would be decent, where it's like some AI technology where it helps you with dyslexia. And then, overall, it's like, you know, you are able to type better and word things better and things. But even before, it's like, I mentioned the one kid that I went to school with where he had dyslexia. And he was, as far as like him, like mentally, normal person, you know, but yeah, he didn't go around and, you know, do no stuff like how Just a Robot did, and he wasn't using his dyslexia as an excuse for any of the crap that he was going through. But anyways,
drafts of videos I've made, I'm not just going to blindly agree with whatever opinion they have. If they disagree with something in my video, I have a discussion with them about it. That being said, 9 out of 10 times it comes down to just me rewording a certain point. I can't even begin to tell you all the different opinions people gave me on how I should go about making my response to all the allegations. This is why I was considering having Chud look over the video, because I considered him to be an objective person. Granted, I went back and forth on whether I wanted him to look over it privately or on a live stream. I was also encouraged to have Chud look over my video by people like Romantic Goblin and Cinny.
You could correct me if I'm wrong, Kuma, but didn't you say the same thing on the Chud Logic stream, something she also watched but was happy with the conclusion of?
Yeah,
When you
no, I
called
said
in
the
for
exact same thing on a stream that you had no issues with.
I agreed to do this, even though I didn't know that much about Chud. I just knew he did a video on me a really long time ago, and out of any video I've ever seen on me, I thought it was the best one ever made. Ironically, he was covering my video on cancel culture.
Never know for what or when you'll be cancelled. Maybe you were live streaming and you suddenly screamed out the N-word. Maybe you lied about a drama which caused people to dig into your past about other dramas you have talked about. Maybe you're completely innocent and the allegations against you are false, but too many people are against you and they won't listen. Or maybe you don't have the evidence to prove your innocence. I know cancellation will come for me one day. It comes for everyone. It's not a question of if it will happen to me, it's when. Will it happen in 2025, 2022, or maybe this year? We won't know for sure until it happens.
Yeah, that video aged like a fine wine.
No, that video aged like milk. Anyway, this has much ado about basically nothing. For the last however long, he hasn't put forth anything of substance other than saying that Cinny is a groomer, but not a PDF. The rest of this has just been rationalizing and contextualizing the many errors that occurred around the time of his video, but from the lens of him being a victim. I will say that he was a victim of theft when it came to his video leaking, but that's it. Oh, but he's a victim to dyslexia. Oh, he's a victim to the panic that was caused by the leak. And oh, he's a victim to being underinformed, despite all of the evidence and information that he needed was more than available. Womp womp. Every single piece of context and or rationale he gives just makes me not like him more. Anyway,
I may not fully understand myself as a person, but I do understand that I say off-the-cuff stuff all the time, and that I'm autistic. Me getting cancelled was never a question of if it would happen, but when. I was never foolish enough to believe that I would be
even he knew that himself. I predicted that. I predicted it so many different times. I was like, you're gonna mess around and say the wrong thing to somebody or do the wrong thing to somebody. And yeah, it's gonna be a situation where it's like you are gonna get backed into a corner. My thing is this, like, so when I would say that, I always thought along the lines, like, when a person gets backed into a corner after some, like, crazy cancellation, that, they're gonna, like, do some, like, you know, like, an actual apology. Not this. Like, it's something where I'm like, you know, I'm usually good at predicting things, but yeah, this was the one time where I had to say, you know, my predictions, it came through, but it kind of blew up, like, right when it crossed at the finish line. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not how that goes down. That's not in the script. I'm like, nah, he's supposed to do a proper apology video. This was like, I just don't. I think, like, for the situation that you're involved in, talking about, oh, I'm responding with receipts. No, it's not the time to be showcasing receipts. Respond, apologize, move on. All right. So, anyways, or yeah, all of this could have been avoided if you just chose to do a video on something else, but
the only autistic man on the internet to never get canceled.
Oh, he's a victim to autism. Oh, no, you see, guys, it's because he's autistic that he made a video defending a groomer. No, you guys don't get it. See, he's autistic. Me, a man of culture who went to public school and has interacted with many people with autism, has never known one to misread a groomer allegation to then wind up siding with the groomer. Although I've never been in that situation, so who knows?
Yeah.
But this has nothing.
Same situation, public schools, all throughout my education period of my life. Yeah, there's like, you know, there's kids that had a form of autism where, you know, they kind of like they acted out a little bit. And whether it was like, they acted out, you know. There are some that were like, you know, they're acting out where it's like, okay, like this might potentially be a problem to, you know, but I don't know. I even feel like that was just more so when we were kids. Like as I got older, it was in high school, and then, you know, had like dealt with, or not even dealt, but just like knew of kids that had autism. Yeah, it's like they didn't go out. They never said anything that was questionable. Although there was this one kid where I was like, Yeah, he did say. I remember he was like, he threatened me with what's that thing where they put a towel over your face and then they spray it with like a water hose or something. He was like, you want to find out? And I'm like, bro, just don't even think about touching me, but that was the thing, I didn't know. Like, I think he had like Asperger's or something like that. But yeah, I was all like, fam, please just stop. I'm like, I don't know what you were trying to achieve with that or get me freaked out or scared or anything. All I just asked was like, I think because they call it like, I think it's like some form of like water torturing or something like that, but there's a name for it. And I was like, what is that? And he's all like, you want to find out? And I'm like, please stop. Don't play that game. And people had to get on him. It was like, okay, yeah, you need to calm down. I was just looking around like, what was that? Like, that kid just went from 0 to 60 out of nowhere. I'm like, I don't even get that. But if there's anybody, it might be that kid that's going around carrying it. Yeah, he's probably on like another social media platform getting canceled for some stuff. But anyways, but that was the thing though. That kid, I remember, because usually it was like a lot of kids that I didn't know of. Like, I would see them on social media, or he wasn't really on social media. He probably knew, because it's all like, yeah, he's like, I'd say some wild and outlandish things. And it's probably something where it's like, I can't be on the internet saying no stuff like that, So I don't know about now, but yeah, definitely back then, that's something that I've always said and spoke about, where it's like, if you out here saying some crazy, wild and outlandish stuff, and you always want to hide behind the word autism to justify what you're saying, it's probably best that you're not on the internet. Guess who turned that into an argument?
Thing to do with your autism. Using autism to contextualize this shows a lack of thought and reflection, and it is a really bad look. Not as bad as defending a groomer and then acknowledging that they're a groomer, but that they're not a PDF, but still pretty bad.
If my roommate came home on time, he definitely would have told me, hey, this draft sucks and you need to change a lot of things.
Why does your roommate need to tell you that? So I feel like I don't know if I had said that when I did the reaction to the response video, but it's like, why do your roommate needs to tell you that this video, he told you that this video was not a good idea. He literally warned you beforehand and you did not listen. What part of that are you not understanding? Like, that's it, man. I'm telling you, just a robot. It's like he apologizes to his roommate, but then he's also trying to blame him for not coming home on time. It's like, yeah, forget traffic. Forget if he got caught up in the middle of a tornado, was following the yellow brick road to go see the great and powerful Oz. No, it's his fault that overall he came home early and told you not to, I guess, or this video idea is bad on your channel. And he most likely warned you that beforehand, so... He did warn him that, but it's like, nah, it's like, yeah, I guess I can't, I'm trying to think, I can't even think of no other movies. It's like, that's all I do is sit there and watch movies. I can't think of no other movies that his roommate would be involved in, go doing something. But yeah, he should have been on at home tending to an adult that's out here doing crappy videos. I don't get that. But anyway,
things about it. This is why I didn't ask my roommate to help me debate anyone. He loves debating and he's really good at it, but he only had superficial context as to what was going on, so it wouldn't have been right for me to ask him for help. Me asking him to jump into a random stream and help me debate a topic he didn't know that much about would have more than likely made things worse for me. On top of that, with a little bit of the situation I did explain to him, he told me it was a bad idea to get involved. Yes, I absolutely regret not listening to him, and I'm so sorry for it.
Womp womp. Impatient, couldn't wait for roommate to come home, mad cuz bad, tiniest violin, skill issue, artcc diff, cringe, chud logic owns you. Like, what does your roommate have to do with any of this? You didn't do your due diligence, and even while you were waiting to go over the draft with your roommate,
that's one thing I can't stand is like somebody, they do some stuff and they like, if they're joking around, I just laugh about it. But if it's like on some like real life stuff, like, so they'll I'm not even involved, all right, I'm not involved, but then something happens, it backfires at them, that they look at me and they're all like, you see, like, you see, like, you see what I'm like, what that got to do with me? You decide to make that choice. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Don't put me involved in the crap that you got going on. So yeah, I'll snap over some stuff like that. I'm like, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I feel like there'll probably be some people out there too, some Just a Robot fans, all like, you caused his his breakdown on his Cinnabear crap. And I'm like, look, bro, okay, if I did, I did. So so what? I'm like, it's something where I'm like, it's probably good if I'm the cause for his whole, like, just downfall in his career. so be it, man. I'm like, that's something where I'm like, I guess I ain't gonna be mad about that. I'm like, it's probably good, you know, so others ain't gotta fall victim to just the robot's behavior. But anyways,
still told you that this was a bad idea. I feel zero sympathy. Contextualize and rationalize as much as you want. Everything you've said so far has made you look worse, Jar.
Some people said I should have flagged or copyright strike down Kumo's video, but I'm gonna be honest here. Once a video is out there, it's kind of out there. And I've seen what happens to other YouTubers when they try to strike down a video. Long story short, it doesn't end well for them.
This point is actually apples and oranges. In 99 out of 100 cases, I would agree. Copyright claiming a video is a bad look, but only if that video is being used under fair use. He shows a few creators that I assume claimed some videos that they didn't like about them, and I'm not sure who 3 of them are, but I do recognize Illymation in the bottom right corner. For context, and this is heavily paraphrased and simplified, a channel called Think Before You Sleep made a video criticizing Illymation for saying that you can be healthy and fat at the same time. In Think Before You Sleep's video, he uses clips of her video and then responds to the claims that she's making, a lot like the video you're watching right now. Illymation then copyright claimed the video and directed her Tumblr audience to false flag Think Before You Sleep's video. Illymation was shit on by pretty much everyone except Noah Sampson, who's just the worst, by the way, and Think Before You Sleep's video in the end was reinstated. Having that context, what does any of that have to do with your situation? Someone leaked your video, Jar. You were in your full legal right to claim that video and have it struck down. It was not fair use. It was actual theft. It was a crime. Anyone criticizing you for claiming and taking down that video literally does not have the law on their side. Sure, some may think it's scummy or whatever, but there would be zero valid criticism sent your way if you were to get backlash for claiming and removing a stolen video. So don't try to sell the whole idea that you would have taken the video down if you weren't afraid of career suicide. That wouldn't have happened. I imagine that Kumo would have been heavily criticized. Also, I can't find his YouTube channel anywhere. Did something happen? But I do imagine that he would have been heavily...
No, it might be a thing where it's like, you know, along with just the robots cancellation. I don't know who this Kumo person is. If they've been canceled for some crap too, then probably might be the same case with just a robot, because I know a lot of people were thinking that he took his he deleted his channel, but no, I think because of all the stuff that he's going through right now, that yeah, when you look up his channel, it's like you have to like go to the channel section in the search results, or like open up just like where it's just it just shows strictly channels instead of like channels, videos, shorts, and everything. Like, no, just have it where channels show up, and then you'll catch his or find his channel. But yeah, it might be the same situation with this Kumo person too. But anyways,
criticized for leaking your video, and you, again, could have totally come out on top after this. Your misunderstanding of why people get upset when creators copyright claim other creators is not a valid excuse for not exercising your rights. Illymation was in the wrong for claiming Think Before You Sleep's video, and actually probably boosted Think Before You Sleep's reach. She had zero grounds for copyright striking someone's video, while you absolutely did. You could have dunked on anyone giving you shit for this, but you didn't think that far ahead. This isn't the fault of the commentary community. It's yours.
Kumo uploading my video ruined a lot of things for me. It kept me from reaching out to Jack and doing further research on the topic.
Literally, no, it didn't. What, did the video grow arms and legs and hold you down and make you finish it without doing the proper research?
Even if I didn't upload my unfinished draft, I still would have received a ton of backlash. Just not as much backlash as I'm receiving now. Because of my lack of research on the situation, I did not understand how bad Cine really was, until I had a call with Himpleton. Yes, I understand he's getting canceled right now, which made my drama blow up even more, but he still explained the situation to me and helped me understand where I went wrong. So for that, I have to thank him. Apparently, Cine told Enno that it wasn't a big deal that she had a rape fetish at 11, and she also got Enno, who was 14 at the time, to read out the rape comic. And that makes the whole situation way more disturbing than I originally was led to believe. When I was 14, I did an unpaid internship for a ranger station, and one time this guy came by and we were cleaning up the canyon together, and he showed me a whole bunch of porno magazines he found while cleaning up. He was an adult, I was 14, but I didn't feel disturbed by the situation. However, he did not get me to read out the porno magazines or anything like that. When Himpleton explained this to me, that was the moment everything hit me. me, "Oh my god, I can't believe what I have done, and I'm so sorry for it. I should have done better research."
Just a robot grooming victim confirmed. All of this was in the original Google Doc, by the way, the ones that were available well before he posted his video. In fact, he even mentions the existence of both docs in his original video.
Everybody, including Cindy, seems to be in agreement that she's a groomer, but I think a lot of you want me to be as transparent as possible and go over the two really big docs. I've seen a lot of false information get...
So I think, I don't think he said it for the documents, but I think he did say it for some messages that somebody was sending him, that I guess they sent him some long messages, and he don't like reading like things there, like, you know, it's gonna take you a while to read it because it gives him a headache. So that's probably why he didn't read the Cinebear documents, because it's like, oh, it's too much reading, my head, oh, it hurts. And it's like, bro, if you try to do research on something, you know, that it's like, you are going to have to read a little bit. So if not, then it's like that, yeah, you need to find a different profession with it, content creating, where it ain't going to require you to read. Like, I just, man, you know, imagine, you know, the funny thing is, imagine Just a Robot gets hired on to read, like, for some audiobooks or something. He's just going to read the first 2 pages, and then the rest of the audiobook, it's just going to be dead silent. It's going to be him reading. It's going to probably be like a Dr. Seuss book or something. And it's just like, oh, Sam said you know what, I can't do this. And it's just like 10 minutes of just dead silence. And it's like, did he just really get up and leave in the middle of an audiobook reading? Like, I'm just hearing dead silence right now. I'm like, fam, just read. That's all you gotta do. Or have somebody read it. The thing is this, all right? I guess have somebody that's willing to help you out on your content creating career. Have them read it out for you. But it's like, it should be something that's put off on your, I guess, like, if your roommate wants to get involved and wants to, then yeah, then it's like, it's something where it's like, you know, I guess. But you know what? The thing is this. I feel like that Just a Robot, he wants like a little bit of help, because I don't think it's a situation where he wants people to like all the way help him, like, unless he sits down and has a conversation with him like, oh, this is my channel, so Just a Robot, that name is always going to remain the same. But imagine if he had to, like, if it was a situation where his roommate's all like, yeah, I'll help you out with your content creating career, and we can you know, just kind of be like a duo and stuff, but it has to be Just a Robot and whatever his roommate's name is, you know. But it can't be no stuff where it's like, oh, it's I just help you out, I get no credit, or it's like you're the main star of the video and I'm the one that's doing most of the work. So yeah, it's something where it's like, if to the people that worked with Just a Robot, yeah, it's something where it's like, you know, I get like he's giving out money, he's just trying to pay people out, but it's something where I'm like, yeah, let's see how that conversation goes.
Spread around about this situation, and I want you all to understand exactly what's going on, because let's be honest here, most people aren't going to go through 2 massive docs.
If you would have taken 5 seconds to go through it, because as Jar said in his original video, even though the doc was over 100 pages long, most of it is pictures, so it's not that jarring to read. jarring. I didn't notice that when I wrote that. He didn't need anyone explaining that Cindy had shared a rape comic with the 14-year-old. It was right there for him to read all along.
Now granted, I am not happy with Himpleton leaking our call without asking me for permission first, and I'm also not happy with him saying he was pulling an op on me. However, he still did help me out a lot, so I have to thank him for that. Just to give you an example of the extra research I could have done on Cindy, this doc was released on the same day Kumo uploaded my video onto his channel. Unlike the other 2 docs, it's short and straight to the point. If I saw this, I would have held off on uploading my video to do extra research, but because of what Kumo did, I panicked and uploaded what I had.
Or in other words, if someone else had done the research for him and put it into a nicer looking Google Doc, he would have not posted his defense of a groomer. Like, what kind of excuse is that? Yeah, man, I would have not dropped out of college if I could have just had someone take all the notes for me and walk me through all of my exams while I was taking them. What are you trying to say here?
When I uploaded the Cine video to my channel, all I could think about was how unprepared I was for this situation. I came across as very arrogant in that video due to past success of going against the mainstream commentary community opinion and coming out on top. Granted, often when I upload a video on YouTube,
that's the thing with Just a Robot. That's something that, and I have to say that, I don't know, I don't want to give myself credit, but at the same time, I feel like that I had mentioned it so many different times with Just a Robot, where it's like, I like if I'm having a much more successful content creating career, that I'm doing better than him. So I just remember when me and him, when we very first got into it, and this is like all the way back in 2016, I always would bring that up. And I'm like, fam, I have more subscribers than you and more views than you. You are beneath me. Go away. I'm like, just just let me be. And I think that had triggered him, and that upset him so much that it was like, then when he did start blowing up, then he was like, no, I gotta take down TMossBoss. So yeah, I think that's why he always says stuff like that, because he looks at it as like, oh, if I'm bigger than the creators that's making videos about me or about the situation, then therefore, oh, I won the drama, I won the beef. And it's like, no, bruh, you did it. The thing is this, right? It's like there are celebrities and famous people. It's like I gotta look at it like this. It's like, when it comes down to financially and career wise, P. Diddy, he done had a much more better career than I have. I'm like, yeah, I would not as far as the stuff that he done did, but as far as like the money, the music, having nice houses, cars left and right, could be able to do whatever I want to do. If it's like, good things and stuff, of course I would love to be in his position, but do things the right way. But do you think people would say that P. Diddy is doing better than me right now? No, he's not. And he never, the thing is this, if all the things that people are saying, like how he's going about life and all that stuff, I like, fam, high school me, where I was broke and I have not a dime to my name, was doing better than P. Diddy. And I'm like, and that's just more so like, not with career and all that stuff, but just overall who I am as a person. I'm not going around doing all crazy wild stuff that he's being accused of. Same with him, R. Kelly, or any other celebrity that then. So it's things like that you guys sit down and think about. It's like, yeah, just because that person is in a much more better position than, I guess, their rival or opposite or whatever, that doesn't overall make them a good person or a better person. I'm like, yeah, like, when it comes to the numbers, of course, but when it just comes down to you as a person, my thing is this: do you think you would have did all the videos that you've done that's gained all these different views and success and all that stuff? Do you think you would have still been the same person that you are today if those videos never would have gotten any views? So it's things like that where it's all like, at least I can say for myself, I'm like, I could care less if a video of mine doesn't get any views. I feel happy at the fact that I did that video. I got that video done, and if it's a video that I'm embarrassed by, then I'll take that video down at some point in time. But that's the thing where it's like, I've never been embarrassed or I had to have people tell me, no, don't upload this video, So yeah, it's something where I'm like, I don't put myself in situations to where people are going to have to tell me not to upload a video. But anyway,
I get anxiety. I think to myself, oh no, this is the video that's going to get me canceled. Hopefully it will go over well. That's why I try to hype myself up, because often when you come across as confident in a video, it makes people more willing to hear you out. Granted, it's a double-edged sword because it can make you come across as an arrogant douchebag as well.
Sorry, I didn't have anything to say. I just don't want to let the clips run super long without me chiming in, so, cringe, I guess. Cringe.
As for the way I interviewed Cinny, I have no excuses for myself. I was completely unprofessional with how I handled that interview. The interview was very cringe and my questions were leading. I was thinking about redoing it, but I thought that would be dishonest. Also, I leaked out the full version of the interview, not Cinny. Lyle Convoy asked me for it, and I sent it to him after thinking things over for a few days. I could have said I didn't have it anymore, but I wanted to be honest. At the end of the day, I shouldn't have even entertained the idea of making that video in defense of Cinny. It was reckless, it was stupid, and I deserve to be dunked on for it.
Never a truer word.
I think he's only saying that thinking that people are going to let up off of him and stuff like, oh, he says that we, that he's deserving of the hate that he's going through, then we're gonna stop. I think it's one of those like just reverse psychology things where it's like, oh, let me say something, I guess, like, telling people what to do in hopes that they'll stop doing it and stuff. And it's like, yeah, bro, you deserve it. You're getting that right now. So it's something where it's like, you don't have to tell people that, oh, you deserve the hate. No, you are getting the hate. It's like, yeah, you deserve that crap. I don't know what you were thinking, but anyways.
Just imagine if he hadn't spent 12 minutes talking about actually nothing while trying to soften or rationalize what happened. This would have made for a pretty decent response video. Anyway,
the only part of the video that aged well is what I said about Jack. From the very beginning, I knew there was something that wasn't adding up about this drama, and it was Jack. They're getting bashed for stuff hard right now, but I know for a fact they're not going to leave the internet. They're way too addicted to it. My entire Cine video wasn't terrible, but enough takes were so bad that I shouldn't have uploaded it.
Wrong. The whole video sucked, and yes, you shouldn't have uploaded it. But that's the response to the Cine stuff. If you're interested in watching the rest of the 34 minutes that I can't be bothered to break down with you, you can watch it for yourself. Link is in the description. Provided that someone else doesn't hack his channel and get it deleted again. Although, I will play this clip from later in the video because it's actually fucking hilarious.
The next big allegation against me is kind of like the first one. I sent this image to someone who was apparently a minor at the time. I sent it because I honestly thought it was funny. Like, I think you guys can see the comedic nature of this image.
I mean, talk about subjects that you just don't need to bring up.
Yeah.
Okay, time for the rubric. Link to a detailed rationale is in the description if you want, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so was this an apology or a non-apology? Non-apology.
Yeah.
It seems like the only thing he's truly sorry for is that he got more backlash than he was expecting. Like, the whole video reads like an explanation rather than an apology. Full marks would have been awarded.
I had said that. I knew that he was so. I remember when they were contacting me about Just a Robot being canceled. I was like, oh well, I mean, I predicted it, so it is what it is. But anyways, no, I do remember saying it in my videos where I was all like, yeah, if he does come back after this situation, he does like some sort of apology video, it's gonna be I apologize, and he's gonna say whatever it is that he needs to say to, I guess, try to get people to reason with him or understand him. And it's like, no, bruh, ain't nobody gonna reason or understand that. There's literally no way out of it. So I had to say that's why that video was so bad, because it's something where his the response video and things that he did, Just a Robot, I'm like, yeah, that's why that video is so bad, because you're trying to defend your actions on something where it's like, fam, it literally could have been avoided if you didn't do the video in the first place. So yeah, it's something where I'm like, you can't really apologize. I mean, yeah, I guess you can apologize for it, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter. It's something where it's like people got their mind made up about you. It's like, you're trying to use this girl for your own benefit, and it's like, look how that backfired on you. So it's like you didn't even get the girl, and you had to get the video or you took the video down. So it's like, that's a horrible L to just take. I mean, but at the same time, he deserved it. So
you would have, apologized instead of choosing to die on the hill of defending a groomer from PDF allegations. 0 points. 0 out of 15 points for length. I don't think I need to explain this further, but had this been a legit apology instead of ramblings about how he got some stuff right but not others, and about how he didn't do the research because he's dyslexic, he could have knocked this out in about 6 minutes, but instead, he had to waste everyone's time with a 48-minute video. I'll give him 5 out of 15 for sincerity. I think he sincerely wishes that he hadn't gotten the backlash, and I think he is sincerely sorry about not getting to the part of the Google Doc that showed evidence of Cine sending rape comics to minors and then conveying that Cine somehow isn't a groomer. But especially with him saying that he got some stuff right in his original video, he's clearly not sincerely sorry for the whole ordeal, just the stuff he couldn't talk his way out of. I'll give him 3 out of 15 for specificity. Despite this being a super long video, in reality, he should have just apologized for the whole thing in one go. I mean like his original video, specifically. Full marks would have been awarded if he didn't bring up a whole bunch of unrelated stuff that made the video hard to watch and even harder to follow. None of this added context served his apology and only served to distract from the matter at hand. Seriously, I had to watch it probably like 4 or 5 times to wrap my head around it. The plan moving forward should be really simple. Don't defend groomers and do your research in spite of your autism and dyslexia. I'm not sure really if
he would do it again. Like, let's not, no. Let's just say it was a situation where his girlfriend had got called out for some stuff like that, right? and then he went out and did some video defending her and things. Yeah, he would 100% do the video again. I feel like that's a question that you would have to ask Just a Robot, where it's all like, let's say if your girlfriend got caught up doing some crap like that, would you defend her? Like, let's say like you guys is in a strong relationship, like, you know, you never gonna break up with this girl and things, but yeah, she got called out for some crap like that Cinnabär did, and she wanted you to do a defense video for her, he would 100% do it. I know for a fact that he would do it.
Has learned anything from this experience other than to wait for his roommate to get home so he can do the work for him. So 0 out of 15 for plan moving forward, which sucks actually, because this category normally is a freebie, and we're gonna give him 2 out of 15 for readiness. This thing, despite taking 4 months to make, needed more time in the oven. The lack of effort put into keeping it concise and to the point, and the lack of care for what actually needed to go in the video and what didn't, shows to me that all the time he put into the video was just focused on addressing anything he could think of, regardless of whether or not it had any place in the video. Like this. So out of 100, he scores 10 points.
Dang.
Nice. Wow. All right, we're at the unscripted part. Dude, I freaking hate sex pests. I hate all of this. I don't think Jar specifically is a sex pest. He's certainly weird. He's a weird dude. And he's not weird because of his autism. Plenty of people with autism aren't weird. But it seems like this guy's special interest is dying on the hill, defending groomers and PDF files, whatever.
Yeah, because it's like his, for those that didn't know, his editor had got caught up talking to a minor. I guess, yeah, they was like, he was having some inappropriate conversation with, not his current editor, former editor. It was this guy named Joshua. And, yeah, I guess, like, they was like, he got caught up talking to a minor. And yeah, Just a Robot, he still got videos up of that guy. It's like, I guarantee and I promise you, if that guy would have still been, because I think, yeah, that guy deleted his channel and stuff, or he either deleted his channel or his channel was taken down. But if that guy were to come back, yeah, Just a Robot would probably do videos with him again. So,
dude, so if you're curious and you're not going to watch the rest of the video, he goes over like a couple of allegations, and I do want to dedicate a little bit of time. So he goes on Chud Logic's stream, or he goes on someone's stream. I think I watched Chud watching it. He goes on someone's stream, and he's talking about how anime will not lead you to developing a rape fetish. He actually spent a good portion of his video talking about this towards the very end. So fitting that it's at the very end of mine. But in the clip, it sounds like he was saying that he did develop a rape fetish from watching Berserk. But he claims that he says he didn't. Like the wording was, I didn't develop a rape fetish from watching Berserk. And if you go back and listen to the clip, maybe I'll put it in. Whatever you're listening for is what you're going to hear. So if you're listening for, I did develop a rape fetish from watching Berserk, you're going to hear that. And if you listen for, I didn't, you're going to hear that.
I did develop a fetish from watching Berserk. I did develop a fetish from watching Berserk.
So I will say, like, I don't, if he says he was saying that he didn't develop one, I'm like liable to believe him, because depending on what I'm listening, like if you're watching that stream clip and you're like not a Jar fan, you're gonna hear what you want to hear there. So I don't think, like, you'll hear it, you know, it's a Discord call. It's not the greatest quality. So I will say in that respect, like, a lot of people, I think it was Kumo saying that one of Jar's objectives was to rape Cinny, and that's why they were in contact. And I don't think that's the case. I really don't. I think Just a Robot is one of the weirdest motherfuckers on YouTube, and there's never a topic he's going to talk about that I'm going to take seriously. Really? Well, I'll take the topic maybe seriously, but not him. But yeah, just another example of a dude who needs to get out of his own way. Yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and subscribe. I did a bunch of art for that first bit, and I was going to do it throughout the whole video, and then I realized, one, this video is kind of already late, and two, that's a lot of editing, so I just didn't. But I really appreciate anyone who made it this long. So enjoy the outro song, and until next time, don't defend groomers. I don't know what to tell you. It's really that simple. You made it to the end of the video.
That's something where, you know, I just remember when people were bringing it up for the first time, and I'm like, nah, man, let me see how this whole situation went about. And yeah, I was all like, yeah, he actually did that. Okay, cool. So I mean, if that's what he felt like doing, then hey, that's I've predicted this numerous times. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna mess around and get himself canceled for something stupid, and sure enough, he did. So, yeah, it was yeah, just a robot, like Jack say. He's a weird individual. But anyways, make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Only Jax for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.